And I would let me just say this: the Drax family is the direct line from the enslaved, and as at 2 years ago, we still had a member of parliament of that same name. In fact, there was a book written titled, let me see if I have my copy here. It's titled Drax Hall. Yeah. And it's based entirely on 17 centuries of that 17 generation of that family, and how there is a direct line between what is happening in terms of the capture of the economy within that sphere, and they are still existing today. We still pour into the economy. They still have estates where people go for grouse shooting and to have some pheasants and what have you. But yet, the luxury economy is on and running. And guess who wants to go on some of those boats? Ourselves. We're the ones who are constantly funneling our money into systems that have been used to perpetuate exploitation and extractive industries. In fact, there's a survey there where it shows that most of these tourist companies are destroying the environment in innumerable measures, and yet we're still lining up to go on those ships. Over to you.
All right. So you said white Caribbean in the beginning because this is relevant to the continental Africa as well. The same history, the same experience in terms of the colonial history, the infrastructure that was set up. The absentee landlords are still reaping the benefits. In this story, it says 80% of the profit is repatriated back to Europe, does not go to the domestic economy. That's the setup we have right now. We still have absentee landlords in Kenya, right? Think about that. All those lands that the Kenya Land and Freedom Army had fought for, so-called Mau Mau, the land that they sacrificed their life for, and they never got much of the land back. The land went to the African elite, including the Kenyatta family, and the European absentee landlords that are still residing in Britain. So I like this story. Mainly, I like this story is because it's using that legacy of slavery to show how the infrastructure that was set up during the era is still benefiting those that set it up, including the so-called tourism setup, which inherited that legacy and that infrastructure. And at the end of the day, it goes back to what we've been saying all along in today's show. That is, at the end of the day, it's our fault. Because as the article says, if these governments try to do something about it, the ships would just set anchor in another port, right? And they can only do that when you are not speaking on the same page, when you have different policies. But if you have a policy that says whether you went to Barbados, whether you go to Jamaica, whether you go where, these are the rules that you're going to have to adhere by. Unless you have that, then you have no reason to complain to anybody. You will continue to be exploited,
Sister?
Which again is why it's so concerning to me that Trinidad and Tobago is so focused on what they need as their own little small island nation, and not, hey, we are stronger together and we need to join forces with the entire Caribbean
correct,
the entire Caribbean nations to fight the United States, the bully.